Regular viewers of this channel will know that most of the products that we review are presented through a professional lens, even though they're not always professional products. And a majority of the people watching our videos are probably not working creatives, but professionals are uniquely demanding on their equipment. So when an enthusiast product captures our attention, I think it says something important. But I also need to take that professional hat off every so often to experience a product as a member of its intended audience. And that is exactly what's happening today with the new Fujifilm Instax Mini Evo Cinema. It is an instant film camera, a smartphone printer, and yes, a video camera. I own 7 instant film products, and despite what could be considered an addiction, my first impression was this camera really wasn't for me. I'd like to think that it's for everyone, but I don't know that I believe that. And so I've decided to share this review with an industry colleague who I think this camera is far better in the hands of. I gave the Evo Cinema to Pia Graham, a Toronto-based creative director and photographer. She's a master at using DV video technology and also shoots with instant cameras. She used the camera for a couple weeks and also put together a very fun shoot with her friends. Even though this borders on not the target use of this camera, I do believe that it illustrates really well the environment in which it triumphs.
Working in the field of advertising as like a creative director, photographer, you have this idea of like a certain standard of like quality in whatever you're shooting. And I feel like what a lot of modern cameras are missing is character. And that's what I love about something like this. I love calling back to like old camcorders or more analog use of film, because you're not kind of editing in that character. It's already there, it's with you, and it informs the quality of what you're shooting. Tools just like this bring you back to the importance of the concept, of the moment, and not having that all be edited in post. Because I feel like that's kind of the process of a lot of modern content. With this, the character is with you, and it's an experience in using it in and of itself.
The most important thing to keep front of mind is that this camera is all about creative fun and not elite level photo or video quality.
If I got this like the beginning of exploring photography, I'd been so excited. And that doesn't, not to say that this is like something that's for people that are like young or still kids. Like I think it's for everyone who's just looking to get more creative and see what that looks like for them. Part of why this is so perfect for someone in that situation or time in their life is because it lets you explore so many different mediums, so many different aesthetics at once in one camera. And that's something that's unfounded.
The thing that Pia and I noticed pretty much right away was how in the generation 2020, you have access to high definition 1080 by 1440 resolution video. But then any other generation will drop that down to 600 by 800. And then also some of the generation looks were a bit disappointing, but then others looked really great. My standout favorites were definitely 1960 and 1990.
At first, I was nervous about the quality and used to a certain type of like camera. And I was going through footage like, no, this is awesome. Like just the fact that it can shoot video of a quality that kind of calls back to more analog tools. The fact that it can shoot photos, that it has all of these built-in filters, that it can print. All of that has such an allure as a new creative.
It's worth noting that the intended viewing platform from any content that comes out of this camera is either your smartphone or an Instax mini print. And so resolution or high resolution isn't really all that important.
Some of the things that could be considered critiques, I was like, but wait, like this really makes sense for social media. People are realistically gonna be watching this the most on just their phone. So like, does the quality necessarily really matter as much as like the moment itself or like the concept in which is being captured?
We're also a bit surprised at first that the video that comes out of this camera is limited to only 15 seconds per clip. But Pia makes this point.
At first I was like, oh my gosh, 15 seconds is not long. And then I was like, if I'm editing something, I'm not really sticking on one scene for longer than like 2 seconds anyway.
And action.
Once I got used to it, I was like, honestly, this makes a lot of sense. I'm able to condense this idea into 15 seconds. Made sense for space as well.
I also want to make a bit of an esoteric point. I'm a Gen Xer, and the best gift that I ever got as a kid was this video camera. The PXL 2000 by Fisher-Price. It recorded a grainy black and white image on an audio cassette tape. Make no mistake, this was 100% a toy. The footage was horrific relative to my father's VHS camcorder, but I loved this thing more than anything. It just forced so much discovery and creativity. Oh, and by the way, if you can actually find these cameras in good condition, they now sell for well over $2,000 and have been used in major motion picture films. So that's to say that any hangups that one has about the video quality of the EVO Cinema doesn't really understand the power of how an aesthetic can drive creativity. Let's talk about what this camera is like to use. And first I just want to say that I think it's very well made. There's nothing on this camera that feels flimsy or easily breakable, and bonus points for the 1/4 pin on the bottom. But of course, more importantly, let's ask Pia what she thinks.
I actually love the way that this feels in my hands. And I love this added bit on the bottom with this lip that gives you a lot of stability. I actually really like handling this. I do find myself like handling it with both hands so that I can like interact with the buttons as I go and make whatever changes that are needed. And it's quite durable. I was like nervous to put this in my purse, but it's totally fine.
Usability is a big part of the experience with this camera, and it's a great companion to a smartphone, but where a smartphone can be a bit of a chore to use, the EVO Cinema feels actually quite great in the hand, and that should inspire you to use it and to create with it. Let's not forget that this is an Instax camera and a photo printer, and if you are a younger millennial or Gen Z, it's a good chance that you may have never grown up around a lot of printed photography, and this is where Pia makes a great observation.
I love that this is also an instant film camera.
We'll have to print more.
My friend group in my generation, all of us have kind of grown up with social media. We've watched everything go from kind of more like analog and like tactile things that give us that like nostalgic feeling to everything is digital. Nothing is in our hands really. And there's like a difference in how you connect to things in that way. So the fact that you're able to print out these moments in the moment and share them with your friends, and also like having the QR codes that like you can kind of share access to whatever video footage. Because like at the end of the shoot, everyone's like, okay, like can we like airdrop this to one another? Like can we have like all of these moments so that we can share them ourselves? To be able to print out a Polaroid and like give everyone involved a keepsake, like keeps you connected, which I feel like our generation really like wants and is missing. And I feel like devices like this provide that.
I want to move on to some legitimate critiques that Pia and I have about this product. Nothing that I think is going to stop you from buying it, but they are some things to keep in mind before you jump in. The first is that most of the body of this camera is used up with the film compartment, and that just simply doesn't leave a lot of room for processor or battery. We found that the battery drains quite quickly, and if you're planning on being out with it all day, you should probably have a portable battery bank to power it. Only an hour into our studio shoot, we were already having to wall power it. The camera and the smartphone app are a bit slow. It takes about 5 seconds of waiting for the camera to boot up or when moving to a new generation decade. The eyepiece looks aesthetic, but you end up seeing each display pixel like your face was pressed up against a television set. And Pia also had this to add.
I obviously didn't have all the things such as like white balance that I'm used to kind of really have good control on what image I'm capturing and its quality, its character. But I got used to the simplicity and I actually like found I had everything that I needed. I did not find myself using the eyepiece that much just because I found it has like a little bit of a fisheye quality and I found that it distorted what I'm capturing and just my sense of it. Although I will say I love the way it looks. I love the way it's so Super 8.
We've gotten to the point with technology where image quality is just so incredible across the board. We probably don't need any more megapixels, and we're all, as a society, in my opinion, getting a little tired of AI, the internet, and just constant barrage of new technology. What we're craving as a society, now more than ever, especially Gen Z, is tactility and a real human experience. Fujifilm is taking a risk in making something like this. But the price point is accessible and should encourage curious users to take a chance on it. It's also a great gift for young budding creatives or a fun travel or party companion. What I noticed about Pia's shoot day was the energy and joy that emanated from every person. A product like this just injects so much fun and life into the experience.
This really made me feel like we were capturing just a fun day with girlfriends. And it was really nice. It felt like we were capturing memories together, more so than doing this like really serious, like editorial fashion shoot, and just made it like really fun and playful, which I'm super thankful for. And I think that that came through in the footage and in the stills that we captured. And I feel like having playful tools like this facilitated a playful environment where we can just like be girls getting together, being creative. And that was really awesome.
And so to wrap up, if you are looking for what is quite possibly the most versatile instant film product to date, this is almost certainly it. Video camera, instant photo camera, smartphone printer, an all-around super cool gadget. For me, well, for us, but for now, I'm out. Peace.